Most people think they need a detox. Heavy metals, parasites, mold, all the things. But here's what I see over and over again. Women doing all the quote right things, taking supplements, using protocols and cutting things out, and they're feeling exhausted, foggy, and stuck. And sometimes they actually feel worse when they start to detox. So let's break this down a little bit because detox isn't about doing more. It's about doing things in the right order. And the first step, always with everyone that I work with, that people skip quite frequently is water. If you've ever tried a detox and thought, why do I feel worse? Why am I more tired? Why is my body reacting like this? You're not alone. And it doesn't mean your body is broken. It means it's overwhelmed. And when you start detoxing, especially aggressively, you're pulling toxins out of deep storage. It's like going to a locker and pulling everything out and you didn't even know you had. That's what happens when you're doing a heavy duty detox. And if your body doesn't have the ability to move the toxins out of the body completely, they recirculate. And that creates headaches, fatigue, brain fog, emotional ups and downs, pain, nausea, and even muscle aches and cramping at a level you wouldn't expect. Instead of healing, you feel stuck in a cycle. And that's why detox has to be done in the right order. Detox done out of order can make you feel worse, not better. So the next question is, how much water do you actually need? Because water is vital for detox. Simple starting point is about half of your body's weight in ounces of water per day. So if you weigh 150 pounds, that's about 75 ounces of water. That's your baseline, not a one-size-fits-all rule. Because what most people don't realize is there are things in your daily life that actually increase how much water your body needs. Even if you're drinking water, you still end up behind. And some of the biggest factors are sweating, whether it's from exercise, being outside, inside during the winter with a furnace on, being in a warmer climate, all of those can cause dehydration. Coffee, soda, and even tea can increase fluid loss. Alcohol, big one. When it comes to dehydration, alcohol is very dehydrating. Talking a lot. Yes, I've experienced this myself. When you use your voice all day, your body needs more hydration. Detox. Your body actually requires extra water to flush those things out. And stress. Stress can increase how much your body needs. When your body is under stress, which detox is one of that, or even emotional stress, it's using up more resources, burning through minerals faster. And that increases your need for more water. So what does this mean for you? It means water intake shouldn't be a fixed number. It should be adjusted as what your body is going through for the day and the week or the season. On days when you're more stressed or when you feel like you need more caffeine, when you're sweating more, your body needs more water. Coffee in particular is one of those things people don't want to give up. But coffee dehydrates you at a level a lot of other stuff doesn't. Alcohol and coffee both really dehydrating. For each cup of coffee that you have, you probably need about 2 just to make up for that dehydration, to even get back to baseline. So think about that. Next time you are starting to do a detox or aren't feeling right, how much water are you doing? When you're sweating more, stress is a sweat too. So it's just simple. Our body needs to have those support. Your body's designed to communicate that in different ways. And some of those detox symptoms are the body communicating, saying, hey, pay attention to me and respond to this need. So let's talk about water, because most people here drink more water and they tune out because they've heard it for too long and they don't like water. It's a deeper level than that. Your body detoxes every single day through the kidneys, the lymphatic system, the bowels, and the skin. And every one of those systems depends on water. Without enough hydration, your lymph becomes sluggish. Your kidneys can't filter efficiently, and you may need to go to the bathroom more frequently. Isn't that crazy? Your bowels slow down. Constipation, one of the number one things. If you are constipated, don't even think of starting a detox. And your body holds on to what it's wanting to and trying to release. So when you try to detox without plenty of water, you're asking to do a job without the tools. You cannot detox a dehydrated body. Dead stop. You can't. So let's go one layer deeper, because water isn't just about moving things. That's what so many people think. It's also about energy. Your body actually uses water to create energy at the cellular level. There's research showing that water inside your body becomes structured. almost like a battery, and it holds a charge just like a battery, that your cells actually use that charge. And when you're dehydrated, you're just low on fluids, your body loses energy production ability. That's why so many women say, I'm doing everything right and I'm still exhausted, because they're skipping that foundation. Dehydration doesn't just make you thirsty, it drains your energy. Let's look at it from a little different angle. Your body is designed to create energy from water, light, and nutrients. Yes, light and nutrients and water all work together. And when water is missing, everything slows down. It needs the chemical structure of H2O, hydrogen and oxygen working together, as the most important building block. At least that's what I believe and understand from my research. And that building block is vital for energy production. Energy, then you detox, and then healing. Let me share something personal with you, because I don't just teach this stuff, I live it. I am a person living in this world too. And recently I was doing some detox work myself. On paper, everything I was doing was right. But I started noticing something. I felt congested, kind of uncomfortable in my body, a little headachy, slower mentally and physically, and honestly worse than when I had started the detox. I had to stop and ask, what is my body trying to tell me? What was really going on is that I realized I'd increased what I was asking of my body to do, that detox, but I had not increased my foundation of water intake. At the same time, temperatures here in Arizona were unusually high for this time of year. I was out working in the garden more. I was losing more fluids from sweating than I normally do, and some stress. And I hadn't adjusted my water intake to align with that greater need. So instead of pushing through, I paused. I went back to the foundation: water, hydration, supporting my body first before asking more of it. And within a couple of days, the congestion lifted, the headache improved, actually went away completely, and my energy came back. What does that mean practically? It wasn't the detox that was wrong. It was that the detox was happening faster than my body could process and eliminate efficiently. That's the key. That's why I'm so militant when it comes to hydration. You can ask any of my clients and they think I'm a nut when it comes to water, but it really matters, because it's not about pushing harder. It's about supporting your body in the right order. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to go back to the basics, like water. Your body's not failing you, it's guiding you. And when we slow down enough to listen, we can adjust in a way that brings healing instead of stress. I had to slow down my detox. I forgot to increase my foundation. Your body will tell you when it's overwhelmed. Going back to water helped me move forward. Might happen that way with you. Now, let me connect this with something I know you might be thinking. Shouldn't I be removing toxins first? Here's the simple way to think about it. Most detox advice starts with removing this, stop eating that, cut everything out. And while they can be helpful, if your body doesn't have a capacity to handle it, you just are creating more stress. We don't just reduce the load, we build the ability in the body to handle the load. And that's why I start with water, because water builds capacity. It supports circulation, energy production, detox pathways, and cellular function. So instead of starting with restriction, we start with support and get our body into the habit of getting that increased water regularly, so there is a reservoir when the body needs it. So before you remove toxins, your body needs the ability to handle them. Once your body has the right support in place, then we start reducing the toxin burden. And it might look like cleaning up food choices, removing environmental toxins, becoming more aware of what's coming in daily. But here's the difference. We're not doing it from overwhelm. We're doing it from support, strength, and awareness. Detox isn't about restriction. It's about strategy and capacity. There's one more layer on this. Water doesn't just move things. It carries information. It responds to your environment, your stress, your thoughts. So the internal environment you create actually affects how your body functions. The water in your body is responding to your life. And that's where I love bringing faith in, because your body is designed by God to heal. When we align with that design, we stop forcing and start supporting. Even something as simple as peace changes your biology. Thankfulness, joy, they're all signals that can be held in water. Peace is not just emotional, it is physical. All of those emotions affect our bodies. So here's how I want you to think about it. It's not a random detox plan, but it's a process that we go through when we are doing a detox. We build capacity, water, hydration, energy, all of that. We reduce the burden. What toxins are we bringing in that we can eliminate? We open elimination pathways, then detox. That's how we make healing effective, comfortable, and sustainable. It's not about doing more, it's about doing things in the right order. If you've been trying things and not getting the results you expected, there's usually a reason. And many times there are many reasons, and it starts right here for most. Water, hydration, foundation. Your body is designed to heal. And when we remove the blocks and give it what it needs, the body can do its job. If you're feeling exhausted and foggy and like you're doing everything right and you're still not getting the answers, there's a reason. And we don't have to keep guessing. That's why I use the root cause landscape blood panel. It gives us a clear picture of what's actually going on in your body so we can move forward in the right order. If you want to take that next step, go ahead and get the lab ordered. Then come join me in my next open house. I'll be walking through these markers, what they mean, how to move forward. And you can bring your own results from the root cause landscape and we'll go over them together. That's happening live April 16th at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure you sign up ahead of time so you're ready. And if this is helpful, make sure you've subscribed because next we're going into how to reduce toxin intake without overwhelm. Thanks for watching.